Y'all already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. Most nasty and disturbing things I saw while locked up. Oh, man. Let's relive it. So before y'all start thinking this is going to be all this sexually explicit stuff, not happening today. I was thinking about the video on the way to work this morning, and just thinking about it turned my stomach. Unfortunately, I did have to see or run across things in prison and jail, throughout my bids that were gay, things that people were doing they shouldn't have been doing. You're going to see it, whether you like it or not. And as I thought about it this morning, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that today. For me to do it, I've got to relive it. I've got to go back there. I've got to think about it. I've got to put myself back at that time, those moments. And I just ain't got the stomach for it this morning. I got about a half a cup of coffee in me. So we're gonna kick it on a different page, man, of nasty and disturbing things I've seen without really taking it there. Number one, kitchen chow halls. Let me tell you about the nastiness, the utter disgust that comes with some of these places. Because y'all don't know these things unless you lived it. Most chow halls that I've ever worked in, been through, have one thing in common: roaches and mice. It's never going to leave. These are places that aren't clean that good. There's nooks and crannies you can't get to. Somehow roaches end up there. You would see them. Guys would be going down the line to get their trays, and there's a mesh cage up in front of us, and they can see through with the food. They can see what we're doing, and you can see the roaches running across the top of the table right there, the top of the serving area where the food is. Dudes are like, man, there's roaches in here. And this ain't my prison, bro. I just work in here. What would you like me to do? I look like the damn Orchid Man to you? I never crossed my mind that roaches would make their way into people's food. My job in the beginning was I was a guy that worked in the back. I cleaned trays. I didn't want to have to deal with dudes and food and all that. But one of the plus sides of working in the chow is you can eat all you want. People can say what they want about prison food and jail food. You don't never see nobody go in that's skinny and come out skinnier than they were. They come out healthier, bigger. It's because they starch you to death. They feed you. You're going to eat potatoes 3 times a day. You're going to eat cabbage. You're going to eat all these different things that you're not eating. Most people aren't eating 3 full meals a day in the real world. So I work in the tray area. I'm in the back. I'm pushing trays through the machine. I told you I'm asthmatic at the time, right? As I would work out through the years, it would get better. I wasn't really that asthmatic no more. It just never really went away. But the steam that would come out the tray machine, you put all these trays on this other big brown tray and you push it through this machine. Hot water comes down, cleans them, and they come out dry. Somebody on the side stacks them. The steam would hit me in my face and, make me almost pass out. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to stop working in the chow hall, so just put me on the line. This is when I realized roaches make their way into people's food. I'm pushing trays out the window one day, and a dude comes back with his tray. He's had it for maybe 30, 45 seconds. And he's like, yo, homeboy. I said, what's up? He said, there's a motherfucking roach in my grits, man. I said, let me see. I looked. Right there, clear as day, there's a roach backstroking in his grits. Hot-ass grits, and the roach is in there just squirming around, scrambling. I said, damn, man. You want another tray? Fuck no, I don't want another tray. I was asking him if he wanted another tray. I guess he felt like I was asking him, do you want to eat some more roaches? Fuck no, I don't want no other tray. I said, all right, man, you know what I mean? Whatever. So I take the tray and I throw it in the back. They dump it out. They wash it. So I never seen, as I'd serve food sometimes, I put it on the trays. I never saw roaches actually fall into the pans or anything. You'd see them running around. So I didn't think much about it. There's another dude pushing the trays out the window one day, and I noticed that he's got several trays pre-made underneath the counter sitting there, right? And I'm thinking to myself, maybe he's going to eat those. Maybe that's his food, because you could make your own tray, pile that bitch up as big as you want and set it to the side. And you can eat before chow or after. They usually preferred we ate after. That way we can make sure we had enough food to feed population, right? So this dude would, every now and then he would see somebody coming down the line, he'd be glimpsing, and he would grab one of those trays and put it up there in the line that was already pre-made, and it would go out to the window to this designated dude that he was pushing it to. I'm thinking, damn, dude must be looking out for his homeboy. He hooked that tray up specifically for his homeboy, right? We start getting complaints, man. Dudes are coming up to the window, spazzing out at the cage. Man, there's motherfucking roaches in my food, man. The fuck, man, I'll kill your motherfucking... They dudes are snapping. You gotta imagine now, first thing in the morning, you're eating your food, and then you lift your spoon up, you done ate half of it, and there's a roach right there squirming. Turn your stomach. Come to find out, this dude is going around the chow hall inside the back area before everybody starts feeding, and he is capturing roaches. He's collecting these little sumbitches, putting them in a cup, putting a piece of thing over top of the cup. He's making these special trays of these dudes and putting roaches in their food. True story. He's pushing roaches into these people's grits, into their eggs, putting them underneath their potatoes. Sometimes he kill them or whatever. We catch him doing it. One morning, another dude runs up on him, sees what he's doing. They get into this big commotion, get into this scuffle, get to fighting. Both of them go to the hole. Dude did exactly what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Have you done that to me before? You know what I mean? Did I eat a roach? I'll kill your ass in here. That was disgusting and disturbing. You would never think that stuff like that happens. Another nasty ass thing I seen took place in the chow hall, and it just blew my mind when I seen it. Now the floor in there is nasty. It's dirty. The mop heads that we clean the floors with are nasty. They smell like mildew. They don't get changed but once a week. It's somebody's job to wash it out. They don't do a good job. That floor gets mopped 3-4 times a day with the same nasty mop head. Trays are coming down the line, and there's a dude standing like, there's 3 of us putting the food on the trays, and there's the dude pushing them out the window, right? Every now and then, the dude standing next to me, I see him fiddling with his shirt, but I'm not really paying much attention to him because you got to hustle to get these trays out. People are in line. They're coming fast. Eventually, I look over, and I see this dude reach down the front of his pants and pull a biscuit out and lay it on somebody's tray. So I'm looking, I'm like, did I just see what I think I saw? I wasn't sure that's what I saw. Maybe he had the biscuit in his hand and had just adjusted his pants or something. So he's caught my attention. So I look over at what he's doing. And this dude is a clown. Dudes do this type of shit because they're not gangster enough to stand 10 toes down. They're not gangster enough to just, thump it out with their rivals or get into it. They're getting at them on some snake shit, right? So I keep paying attention to this dude. And sure enough, man, I see him again. Couple dudes later, reach down the front of his pants and pull a biscuit out and put it on a tray. So I noticed it this time. I know 100% that's exactly what I just saw, right? So I go over there to the trays, I go out the window. I go over there, I grab the tray. I take the tray and I throw the tray in the trash can. And I was like, hell no. I tell the dude, I was like, yo, this motherfucker right here is trying to get at you, man. He's like, what'd he do? I said, look, I'm not even going to get into all that, man. You need to handle this shit. Dude's like, man, I ain't even doing nothing. I said, you're a motherfucking liar. You know what I mean? You're a liar. Now, this ain't snitching when you tell a motherfucker you's a greasy ass, cornball ass pussy that just did some shit like that. You trying to give a man a biscuit you had shoved down on your nuts, man. I would have been all types of messed up to let that happen. I'm not the one. You're not going to play other people like that. If you got a problem with that man, punch him in his face, say something to him, handle your business. But don't be trying to get that man no nut biscuit. You know what I mean? Dude's like, nah. What was wrong with my tray? I said, look, man, I'm not getting into it, but you need to handle this dude. When y'all see each other, I'm trying to tell you, you need to handle your business. Dude, like, I ain't even doing nothing. I said, man, I ain't going to put you all the way on blast, but you a nasty motherfucker, man. You need your ass to be. Dude, man, takes his apron off. Man, fuck this job, man. Fuck y'all, blah, blah. I said, fuck who? You know what I mean? Kitchen supervisor standing there, guard standing there. Is there a problem? I said, nah, man, no problem. Dude quits his job, goes back to the pod, and is in the process of trying to check in. And check in means you can tell the guards you fear for your life. They're going to pack you up, put you in the hole, and relocate you to another part of the prison after they figure out why you were scared and went to the hole. Dude's in the process of trying to pack his shit. He's told the guards, I want to go to the hole. Homeboy comes back from chow, goes in the cell, and dusts him off. I didn't never get into the hole you know, they both went to the hole after this because he beat him up. Everybody's seen it. Everybody heard the commotion. I didn't get into the whole what dude did, what was going on. It ain't dry snitching, ain't nothing like that. You would want to know, you know what I mean? I put dude on blast. I didn't drop a slip. I didn't do this when nobody heard. I said it right in front of you. You a piece of shit for what you just did, man. You don't do people like that. You know what I mean? Soldier up, man up. Those are some crazy things. I could go on and on and on when it comes to the chow hall. Some nasty shit happens in the chow hall. Dudes get jobs in the chow hall sometimes, and then their boy will get a job in the chow hall because there's isolated areas. Might be the cooler, might be the freezer, might be the bathroom. So you can already kind of imagine what happens when a gay man and his boy both get a job in a place where they can go isolate themselves. We're going to stay away from that for the day. One of the next nastiest things I seen, man, was in the shower. And this one place I was at, it was an open shower. Now, there's like 5-6 shower heads that come off the wall, and you just butt naked showering with other men. I would see this weird dude, man, in there sometimes, and I started to realize, I'm like, damn, this dude has a problem with dropping his soap. So I'm thinking, is he gay? Is he dropping his soap on purpose? You know what I mean? Is he trying to show people his chocolate starfish? Like, what is up with this dude, man? Then one day, I peeped what was going on. He was not dropping his soap. He wasn't picking his soap up. He was gathering the left behind pieces of soap that people would drop in the shower, picking them up, collecting them, and that's how he would wash his body. He might have some Dove, some Irish Spring, some Zest, all smashed together in one old human skin soap bar. Because rather than use his little state check that he got from, that might be $27, $21 a month, instead of using that on soap and hygiene products, he would just buy coffee. Now, some nasty shit takes place in the shower. So the last thing you want to be doing is collecting any type of soap or anything that's got to do with the surfaces in there. You wear shower shoes. They're these rubber, almost like flip-flops that you wear because you don't want your feet to make contact with that floor. Dudes go in there when nobody's around and they get money. Dudes might be in there with the boy when nobody's around doing their thing. Dudes are washing their bodies. You got 60, 70, 80 people taking a shower a day on a good day. More in the summer times because dudes are showering multiple times a day. And all their crud falls on the ground. So you don't want no contact with that. You don't want to touch their soap. That's just completely disgusting. Ugh. Next thing I can think about, man, that was truly and utterly just unbelievable. We were on lock one time. Somebody got stabbed, so we don't go to the chow hall. They're going to come through and do a major shakedown. They're looking for weapons. They're looking for evidence. Clothes that might have blood on them. They didn't know who did this stabbing. So we're doing a major shakedown. We're locked down. There's no movement. Nobody's coming out their cell. The best you can do if you got something in there you're not supposed to have is you can throw it out the cell when nobody's looking and let it be found in the pod. That way you're not caught with it. Man, oh man. We come off shakedown, and while you're locked down on shakedown, they bring you your trays. They bring you your food. You're not going to the chow hall. They bring these styrofoam containers. Your food they got a big thing we call the tray cart. All the trays are counted for each pod. Certain amount of men, they come in, they go cell by cell, handing out trays to your cell, and they keep it moving on down the line, and so on and so on and so on. We come off lock this day right after we had eaten dinner. They decided, all right, we've finished shaking this building down. We can let them off lock. And I see there's this dude up there, and dudes you got these trays in your cell. You don't want insects to gather. You don't want none of that. So you're going to get rid of the tray. You're going to take it to one of the pod trash cans and throw it in there. And there's leftover food you're going to not eat. Greens, stuff like that. Cabbage, these little nasty ass sausages they give us. And I look up at the top tier and I see a dude, and he's got a chip bag, like a big potato chip bag, and it's empty. And he is going through the trash can, getting all the leftover food out the trash can that people have dumped in the trash can. Now, if you've got a spit, you've got other trash, whatever, you're going to walk up to that trash can and be like, you might spit in it. There's no telling what people are throwing in there. Snot rags, you name it. But this dude is over there and he is gathering food out the trash that has been spit on. He's moving trash out of it. It's got coffee dumped on top of it. And this isn't just the sausages. I'm talking about he's picking up the greens and mixing all this stuff in the bag and taking it back to his cell to eat. I ain't never been that hungry in my life that I would pick some food up and shake trash off of it and take it back in my cell. Next nastiest thing I seen, man, I've talked about this dude. I'm pretty sure I talked about Duck in other videos, early videos. Duck was a weird dude, man. Now, everybody knew Duck would rumble. Duck had been in a couple good squabbles in there. You know, he held his own. But Duck was real paranoid about getting jumped. And I could understand why. Who wants to get jumped? Who wants to get banged and beat up? But Duck took it to a whole new level. Every time I would go to Duck's cell and, you know, just stop by, because Duck was also the hustle man. You had to deal with Duck if you were looking for certain things in prison. Duck was one of the dudes. His hustle was he'd go get it for a certain price, and then charge you a different price so that he could make his money, right? I go to Duck's cell and Duck, watch out, Big Max. I go to Duck's cell and Duck has a turd floating in the toilet. Every single time I go there, there's a turd in the toilet, and I'm thinking, I know you can hear me because you ain't got no ears. Watch out, big dog. I'm thinking, Duck, you're nasty, man. Why don't you flush the toilet? He's like, you never know when you might need some shit in your life. I didn't catch on to what Duck was saying. Max is going to hog the video today. Come on, get over there in your seat, Max. Y'all give me 1 second with Big Monster. Man, smooth. Max, you're too big, buddy. Duck is going to keep Duck safe by all means necessary. 170 pounds, you just can't stop him. Dudes run up on Duck one day in the cell. Duck reaches down in the toilet bowl and pulls this turd out. Snatches it right out the toilet bowl with his hand. Everybody backs up like, yo, this dude is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to fight a dude that's got shit in his hand? And he's like, got it like he's going to slap somebody with it. Like, first one that comes to the door is getting slapped with shit in my hand. So dudes are like, nah, this dude's nuts, man. You know what I mean? Hell no. You know what I mean? I'm not going in there and getting no turd, no doo-doo on me. That ain't about to happen. Dudes back down. They're like, man, you crazy. Fuck him. We ain't doing nothing to him, man. Who's trying to deal with that? Duck gets into it with these dudes when they ain't word has already got around that Duck does crazy shit like that. And that, you know, he'll smack you with a turd. So dudes know going in there that's a possibility they're going to get this man's poop on them in the midst of this fight. Dudes strap up, button their shirts all the way up, wrap their hands up and whatnot. Well, not their hands so much, but button the cuffs of their sleeves, wrap little things around their faces, put their beanies on. They're trying to protect themselves because they're going to kick Duck's ass, you know what I mean? They're trying to protect themselves in case Duck goes to, you know, slap one of these dudes with a turd. They run up in the cell. Duck sees that they're wrapped up and there ain't a whole lot he can do to them, but their hands aren't all wrapped up like that. Duck takes the turd that he snatched out of the toilet and smears it on himself. All over him. You ain't about to snatch hold of nobody covered in poop. You ain't about to do nothing to nobody covered in poop. Fight is over, man. Look, you're nasty, bro. You know what? You win again, man. I'm going to catch your ass on the yard. And that's what they ended up doing, was catching Duck on the yard and hitting him in the head with a rock. Like, man, now we'll catch you outside the cell. You can't walk around with a turd in your pocket. Man. Could you imagine you go to fight somebody and they reach down in the toilet bowl and grab Mr. Hanky out the toilet bowl and just smear it on their face and all over their neck, all over their arms, all over the front of their shirt. Here you are with, you know, one or two other dudes. Y'all going to beat this dude up because he's done ripped you off on something you bought from him, and now the dude's covered in poop. Crazy Duck. If you ever see this, you're nuts, dude. Crazy things you see, man. But yeah, I just wanted to get this out to y'all. Some of the craziest, nastiest things I saw while locked up, man. You can't make this shit up. This shit is disturbing. Some of it I ain't want to think about. The roach shit, man. I'd have killed that dude. That'd have been my food. What Anyway, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all already know. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? So anyway, this is Jay Williams, man. Let's live life. To all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Y'all know how we do. Salute.